Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 and click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter surface area and volume. The lessons we're going to cover are volume of pyramids and cones, surface area and volume of spheres, introduction to similar solids, and surface area and volume of similar solids. So here I'm on grade 10 math. Let's just start with the chapter surface area and volume. The lesson is volume of pyramids and cones. So you are given with a cone. You have to calculate the volume of the cone, right? You are given the height is 8 centimeter and the radius you are given is 2 centimeter. You have to calculate the volume. The volume of the cone is V equals 1 by 3 pi r square. H, that is the formula you have to use, right? Just put up the values in the formula and do the calculations. You can find your answer, right? The formula is V equals 1 by 3 pi r square h. Okay, what is the volume of the rectangular pyramid? You have to calculate the area of base and multiply the V equals 1 by 3 times area of base time height. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, so we are given with a cone. You have to calculate the volume of the cone, right? The formula we have to use is V equals 1 by 3 pi r square h, right? Height is 4 and diameter is 4, right? Diameter is 4, radius equals diameter divided by 2. So radius is 2. Just put up the values 1 by 3, 3.14 pi r square is 2 square and h is 4. Just two calculations. Okay, let me just do calculations. 3.14 times 4 times 4 and 50.24 divided by 3. The correct option is 16.75. So the volume of the cone is 16.75. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? That is option number 1, 16.75. Okay, what is the volume of the rectangular pyramid? First of all, you have to calculate the area of base, right? The base is square. The area of base is, that is a square, that is 10 times 10, that is 100. So the volume is 1 by 3 times the area of base times height, right? That would be 1 by 3 times area of base is 100 times height is 6, right? So 100 times 6 is 600 and 600 divided by 3 is 200. So the correct option is 200, right? The correct option is 200. What is the volume of the rectangular pyramid? Calculate the area of base, right? You have to do 7 times 6. That is 42, right? Now calculate the volume. 1 by 3 times 42 times 9. Let me just do calculation. The correct option is 126 cubic millimeters, right? The correct option is option number 2, that is 126 cubic millimeters. Okay. What is the volume of the triangular pyramid? Which is the correct option? Okay. The triangular base is 63. 9 times 7 is 63 it is. So 63 times 5 divided by 3. The correct option is 1. Hold on. Triangular. You have to, area of base is triangle. You have to calculate the area of triangle. Half times base times height it would be. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just do calculations. 63 divided by 2 is 31.5, and then 31.5 times 5 divided by 3. Yes, that is basically, that is a triangular pyramid, right? First of all, you have to calculate the area of base. The base is a triangle, right? You have to calculate the area of the triangle for the base because base is triangle. That is half times base times height, that is 1 by 2 times 9 times 7, right? So 9 times 63 over 2 is 63 over 2 is 31.5. When you calculate the volume, that would be 1 by 3 times 31.5 times 5, right? So 31.5 times 5 is 157.5, and 157.5 divided by 3 is 52.5. So that is 52.5. Got it? The correct option is 52.5. What is the volume of the cone? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 33.49. The correct option is option number 2, right? You have to use the exactly same formula V equals 1 by 3 pi r square h, right? So that would be when you do calculations, that would be 33.49. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is surface area of and volume of spheres. Let's just start with surface area of volumes and spheres. Okay, what is the surface area of the sphere, right? You are given the surface spheres, you have to calculate the surface area and volume. So the surface area you have to do 4 pi r square. Whenever you have to calculate the surface area of the sphere, you have to do 4 pi r square. You can keep these formulas in your mind, right? And the volume of this sphere is 4 by 3 pi r square, right? The volume of the sphere is V equals 4 by 3 pi r square, and surface area is 4 pi r square. Let's just do calculations. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, what is the volume of the sphere? Okay, so the volume is 1 by 3. That is 1 over 3 pi r square, right? 1 over 3, 3.14. R is 8, that would be 8 square, right? So let me just do calculations. 64 times 3.14, that is 4 by 3 pi r square, right? Not 1 by 3. That would be 4 over 3. Got it? Okay, now let me just do calculations because I realize 4 times 3.14 times 64 and divided by 3. What's wrong with the question? Hold on. Pi r cube, sorry, not r square. Got it? That is 4 by 3 pi r cube. V equals 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? That is cube of 8. Okay, now let me just do calculations. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. 512 times 3.14 times 4. That is 6430.72, right? You have to divide it to the 3. So the correct option is 2143.57. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. Okay, what is the volume of the sphere? So just use the same formula 4 by 3 pi r cube and do the calculations. So which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, r is 1. So 4 times 3.14 times 1, that is 12.56, and you have to divide it by the 3, that is 4.19. The correct option is 4.19. The correct option is 4.19. Okay. What is the surface area of the sphere? You have to calculate the surface area. And the surface area is 4 pi r square, if I'm not wrong. R is 6. Let me just do calculations, right? R is 6 square. That would be 36 times 3.14 times 4. So that is 452.16. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? The correct option is 452.16. What is the surface area of this sphere? Which is the correct option? Just use the same formula 4 pi r square and do calculations. So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that is 314. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is what is the volume of the sphere? So which is the correct option? You have to do 4 by 3 pi r cube. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 4,308 divided by 3. That is option number 1, 1436.03, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, okay, the next lesson is introduction to similar solids. Okay, the figures below are similar. What is K? So whenever we are working on these similar figures, we have to form the proportion between their similar sides, right? Between their corresponding sides, right? So you can see we are given with a cone, right? So the similar sides are 8 yards and K is similar, 4 yards and 3 yards is similar, right? So just form a proportion between their corresponding 4 over 3 equals 8 over K and just calculate it for the K, right? Okay, let's just start with the, okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, wait, find the figures below are similar. What is P? So just form a proportion between their corresponding sides. So it would be this 8 is similar to 4 and P is similar to P, right? 2 and P is similar to 2. So it would be 8 over 2 and P over 2. Now just solve it for the P, right? That would be 8 times 2 divided by 2. 8 over 4 it is, not 2. So that would be P. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 over 4 equals P. That means P equals 4 inches. The correct option is 4. P equal 4 inches. The correct option is 4. Okay, the figures below are similar. What is K? So just form a proportion between the similar sides, right? K divided by 10 equals 7 divided by 10. So just do cross multiplication. K equals 10 times 7 over 10. 10 and 10 cancel out, so you are left with 7. So K equals 7. The correct option is 7, right? Okay. What the figure below are similar. What is Y? Okay, so just form a proportion between the similar sides, that is 6 over 3 equals 8 over Y. So which is the correct option? Okay, so that is 6 times y equals 8 times 3, y equals 24 over 6, so that is 4. So y equals 4. So the correct option is 4, right? So the correct option is y equals 4. Okay, type the figures below are similar. What is A? Okay, just form a proportion between the similar sides, that is 6 over 3 equals A over 5. So that would be 6 times 5 divided by 3 equals A. 6 times 5 is 30 and 30 divided by 3 is 10. So A equals 10. The correct option is 10. Okay, the next correct option is 10. Okay, the figures below are similar. What is J? Okay, let's just calculate the value of J. 10 over 5 equals 8 over J. That would be 10 times J equals 8 times 5. So J equals 40 over 10. So the correct option is 4. The correct option is 4. Right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is okay, the next lesson is surface area and volume of similar solids. Okay, what we have to do when we are given with the okay, what we have to do when we are given with the similar shapes and we have to calculate their volume and the area, right? So for this one, you're given two similar shapes. You have to calculate the area of the rectangular pyramid, the big one, larger one, right? So what you have to do whenever you have to calculate the volume, you have to cube the corresponding, right? 3 and 8 are corresponding sides, so just calculate their cubes, right? 3 cube divided by 8 cube, that is 27 over 512, and then the equal it may make a proportion between with their volumes, so that would be 216 over v2, and then solve it for the volume. For the area, you have to calculate the square of the sides. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, the figure below are similar. What is the volume of the larger pyramid? You have to calculate the. Okay, so you have to calculate the cube of the corresponding sides. So that would be a cube a over b cube, that is 8 over 3 cube. So then 8 cube is 8 times 8 times 8 over 27, and then v2 divided by v1. 512 over 27. V2 you have to calculate, V1 is 216. Just do cross multiplication. 512 times 216 over 27. The correct option is 4096, right? The volume of the larger one is 4096, right? The correct option is option number 1. Okay, the figure below are similar. What is the surface area of the larger cone? You have to calculate the area now, right? Whenever you have to calculate the area, you have to calculate the squares of the corresponding side. A square divided by b square, that is 6 square over 2 square, that is 36 over 4, and s2 over 9. So s2 is 9 times 36 over 4. 81 it is. When you calculate the value calculations, that would be 81. So the surface area of of the larger cone is 81 square centimeters, right? So keep this very important point in your mind. Whenever you have to calculate the volume, you have to calculate the cube of the given side, and when you have to calculate the area, you have to calculate the square of the corresponding sides, right? Okay, the figure below are similar. What is the volume of the smaller rectangular cube? Okay, you have to calculate the volume. So that would be 4 over 2, 64 over 8. That is 64 over 8 equal 1000 divided by V1. So that is 64 times V1 equals 1000 times 8. V1 equals 8000 divided by 64. So the correct option is 8000 divided by 64, that is 125. So the volume of the larger prism is 125 cubic meters. The correct option is option number 1, right? Okay, what is the figures below are similar. What is the volume of the larger triangular prism? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 512 cubic inches, right? You have to calculate the volume of the smaller triangular pyramid. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 27, right? The correct option is 27 cubic centimeters. The figures below are similar. What is the surface area of the larger triangular prism? The correct option is 144 square centimeters, right? The figures below are similar. What is the volume of the smaller rectangular prism? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1. The figures below are similar. What is the volume of the larger cylinder? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 4096. I'm just guessing the answer. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Okay, let's just do the last one also. We have only one. The figures below are similar. What is the surface area of the larger triangular prism? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 81. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 math. Chapter we're working on is surface area and volume. The lessons we have covered today are volume of pyramids and cones, surface area and volume of spheres, introduction to similar solids, and surface area and volume of similar solids, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.